Stop. Before you check your bank account today, you need to hear this. Right now, while you're listening to this, your bank is making $47 per second off your money. And you're making maybe 3 cents? Last month, I discovered something that made me physically sick. The banking system has been running the biggest legal scam in history, and we've all been paying for it. Secret number 4 will make you want to close your account today. Listen closely if you're ready for the truth, because in the next 4 minutes, you will never look at your money the same way again. Secret number 1. Banks create money from literally nothing. Let's start with the most insane one. Banks are legally allowed to create money out of thin air. This isn't some conspiracy. It's called fractional reserve banking. Here's how it works. You deposit $1,000. The bank is only required to keep 10% of that, just $100 in its vault. The other $900, they lend it out to someone else. But here's the crazy part. Your account still shows a balance of $1,000, and the borrower's account now has $900 in it. Boom, the bank just created $900 that didn't exist a moment ago. Now, multiply that by millions of people, billions of dollars every single day. Banks are manufacturing money, charging interest on it, and keeping the profits. It's legal counterfeiting, and you are funding it. If everyone truly understood this, there'd be riots by Tuesday. Secret number 2, your savings account makes you poorer. Put your money in savings, it's safe. That might be the biggest lie ever told. Here's the truth bomb. Let's say you put $10,000 into a savings account. The bank gives you 0.5% in interest. So generous, right? That's $50 a year. Meanwhile, inflation is running at 3 or 4%. That means your $10,000 is losing $300 to $400 in purchasing power every single year. You gained 50. You lost 400. The net result? You're down $350 just for saving. But here's where it gets criminal. While you earn that 0.5%, the bank takes your $10,000 and lends it out at 7% for mortgages, 12% for personal loans, and 22% for credit cards. They're making thousands off your money while tossing you pocket change. It's like letting someone borrow your car. They use it as an Uber to make $500 a day, and at the end of the day, they hand you $2 and say, "Thanks for the help." That's your savings account. Secret number 3. Credit cards are financial handcuffs. That piece of plastic in your wallet, it's a trap disguised as freedom. The average credit card interest rate is 22%. If you carry a $5,000 balance and only make the minimum payments, you'll end up paying over $12,000 in total. That's $7,000 in pure interest, more than you originally borrowed. Banks don't make money when you pay your balance in full. They profit when you get stuck. That's why they send you pre-approved offers, why they raise your limit without you asking, why they make those minimum payments look so tiny and affordable. 70% of Americans are trapped in credit card debt right now, and banks are counting on you joining them. Every swipe is a bet that you won't pay it off. And statistically, they're right. Secret number 4. Rich people pay less for everything. This will infuriate you. If you're struggling and need a loan, the bank charges you anywhere from 8 to 18%. But if you're a billionaire, you get a rate of 1 or 2%. Mark Zuckerberg got a mortgage on a $6 million house at 1.05%. At the time, inflation was 2.5%. He was literally getting paid to borrow money. Meanwhile, a single parent working 2 jobs pays 18% on a car loan just to get to one of those jobs. Banks call it risk management, but the result is brutal. The poor pay more and stay poor. The rich pay less and get richer. The system isn't broken, it's designed this way, and you're on the wrong side of it. Let's continue with secret number 5. Billionaires use banks to dodge taxes. Ever wonder how billionaires buy yachts and pay less tax than teachers? Here's the secret. Let's say you're Elon Musk with $200 billion in Tesla stock. If you sell it, you owe $40 billion in taxes. Ouch.
Instead, you walk into a bank and say, lend me $1 billion using my stock as collateral. The bank says, done, 1.5% interest. Now you have $1 billion cash. No sale was made, so no taxes are owed. And that interest payment? It's tax deductible. It's a strategy called buy, borrow, die. You buy assets that go up in value, you borrow against them for cash, and then when you die, you pass those assets to your heirs tax-free through a loophole called the step-up in basis. Only the ultra-wealthy can access this. And banks, they facilitate it because they make billions doing so. Meanwhile, you pay taxes on every single dollar you earn. Now, secret number 6, debt makes the wealthy richer. Most people fear debt. It's this monster under the bed. The wealthy, they weaponize it. Imagine you borrow $500,000 at 2% interest for a rental property. Now, let's say inflation is running at 4% and property values are rising at 6%. You sell the property later for $650,000. You pay back the bank $520,000. That's principal plus interest. Your profit? $130,000 made almost entirely with someone else's money. The rich do this with real estate, with businesses, with stocks, anything that appreciates in value. They borrow cheap, let inflation devalue the debt, and pocket the difference. Regular people borrow for cars, for TVs, for things that lose value the second you buy them. That's why debt crushes the middle class, but builds empires for the rich. Banks know this. And it's why billionaires get 1% loans while you're paying 20% on your credit card. Moving on to secret number 7. Overdraft fees are legalized robbery. Picture this. You have $50 in your account.
You buy a coffee for $52 without realizing it. Now, the bank could just decline the transaction. Simple. But instead, they approve it and charge you a $35 overdraft fee. You just paid $35 to borrow $2 for 24 hours. If you calculate that out, it's an annualized interest rate of over 600,000%. And it gets worse. Banks have been caught reordering your daily transactions to maximize overdraft fees. They'll process your biggest charge first, even if you made it last, just to make sure you overdraft multiple times. U.S. banks make $15 billion a year from overdraft fees alone. That's $15 million taken from people who are already struggling. It is not a service. It's a penalty for being poor. Which brings us to secret number 8. Your mortgage is 30-year slavery. You buy a $300,000 house with a 30-year mortgage at 4%. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. By the time you finish paying it off, you'll have paid over $515,000. That's $215,000 in interest, almost the price of another house. And during those 30 years, you're also paying property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs. The bank gets guaranteed monthly payments from you. You get decades of financial stress. And what happens if you lose your job and can't pay? The bank takes the house, sells it, and keeps every penny of interest you already paid. You don't own the house. The bank does. You're just renting it from them with a lot of extra steps. Secret number 9. That friendly banker costs you money. Ever notice how nice your banker is? The smile, the free coffee, the small talk about your family. It feels personal. It's designed to. But banks spend billions on their branches, on the marble lobbies, on that entire customer experience. And who pays for it all? You do. Through higher fees and lower interest rates. Think about it. Online banks with no branches can offer savings rates 10 times better than the big guys. Why? No expensive smiles to pay for. Traditional banks sell the illusion of trust. Those big, solid buildings feel safe. The friendly tellers feel caring. But behind the scenes, you are paying for the manipulation. That smile isn't free. You fund it daily. And the final secret, secret number 10. Banks profit from your ignorance. Here it is. The banking system does not want you to be financially educated. Our schools teach us algebra and Shakespeare, but not how credit scores work or how compound interest can destroy you. Why? Because financial ignorance is profitable. Confused customers make mistakes. Mistakes generate fees. Fees generate billions of dollars. Banks spend millions on slick credit card ads, but close to zero on financial literacy programs. They want you guessing, struggling, and confused, because when you don't know the rules of the game, they win every single time. So, there you have it. 10 secrets, and they all point to one truth. The system is working perfectly. It's just not working for you. But now you know, and that knowledge is power. So question everything. Never assume your bank is your friend. Which secret shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments.